So I wanted to do a little Easter display here in florals, but I really didn't want to spend any money. So I thought it would be time to go out and get some weeds. Got my bucket, headed out to my back alley. Found some azaleas and some wisteria. Found some amazing moss here. I love this back alley because I can find so many good treasures back here. Found a pile of old rocks with bricks with some amazing moss on it, and then was literally digging out just weeds on the side of the sidewalk. Came back with my basket that looked just like a hot mess of weeds. So I decided to use this bowl as my centerpiece, just lined it with regular grocery bags, started to lay out my moss and all my little weeds. I love these like wild garlic scapes. I put a big huge dandelion in the middle. So for the azaleas and some of the flowers, I just put in little dishes of water that wouldn't be seen. And then like for the wisteria, tiny bottles, and just tuck those into the dandelions to keep those in water. I find azaleas last about a week usually. And wisteria, 4 or 5 days. Then I dug some eggshells right out of the compost, washed them up real quick, just dotted them around for decoration. Some open, like the chicks just left, and just tucked them in here and there. And then others I filled with water, also as little vases. A little piece of wisteria, and some I planted out with some of the clover and the weeds, and so here I am. I decided for the main table to just do all the wild garlic scapes. I just love how these crazy flower heads look, and our table gets pretty packed anyway, so I thought something simple because this got a little bit really garden-esque, but I'm kind of loving it. I don't like that silk that I had over those books. I took that back off. But here we just see, I like the juxtaposition between some of the vintage milk glass and the little crystal vases. And some of, like that wood vase is vintage. And this little dish literally just has a regrown lettuce head and green onions that I used for a salad and just put back in water and let it regrow. I mean, this literally is like every common weed you can just dig up in anybody's yard or back alley. A piece of log there with those little ferny things that grow on it, on the live oaks. I don't even know what that stuff's called, but I love those. And then just those lawn daisies. The pear blossom again. Those are also weeds that are everywhere, and then just clover in the pot. And again, that's like a very common weed. Just put that in the eggshell. So there we have it. It does look wild, but you can definitely do little bits of it. Don't need to be so wild, but I kind of love it for Easter to just be this wild springtime riot of color. So I should have probably done it outside, not inside. I made a bit of a mess. But I would love to see what you guys come up with in your own neighborhoods.